What is up? What's up?
Oh goodness. I hope you guys liked the intro. I decided to do it on the beach this morning. I think I might be up too loud. Hold on a
As
second.
long as it's not in Vegas right now.
Yeah. It'd be cool if I had a little Vegas strip thing to do a intro on, but no, this is my city. My city's the best that I got. What's up?
They're getting the storm of their life right now.
Yeah, I saw something on the news about is it that hurricane that's coming up on them?
Yeah.
Dude, yeah. I mean I haven't seen the details yet, but I think it's supposed to be pretty big, right? Like I don't know like what category it's supposed to
Yeah,
be.
I don't know all that. All I know is it's like flooding parts of Vegas right now.
But aren't hurricanes called something different when they're on the Pacific side instead of the Atlantic?
I do not know the
Like,
answer to that.
are they called typhoons? Chat, help me out. Let's learn something today. Are hurricanes in the Pacific called typhoons? If they're, I don't
You
know.
can Google it.
Well, you know, I just figured there's a lot of smart people in the chat. Hey, what's up, Rick Babe?
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. So yes, good morning, Brick World. Good morning, chat.
So the difference between a typhoon and a hurricane is purely geographic. The North Atlantic and Northeast Pacific Oceans, the term is hurricane, whereas the Northwest Pacific Ocean, they're called typhoons.
You're pretty smart, Hive.
Hot damn!
I didn't know that.
I paid attention a little bit in school, not much, but a little bit. So yeah, whew. All right. So good morning, everybody. Like I said, it's another brand new Sunday. The week has come back around to us again, and here we are. Before we get into the good mornings, I'll just let you all know the topic for today is going to be TV shows and movies connected and maybe not connected with Lego. I'll talk about the poll in just a second, but this mostly has to do with IPs. But there are movies and TV shows that Lego has done that is their own stuff, whether it's the Lego movie or maybe the Ninjago TV shows. You know, there's I want to say the Monkey Kid. Monkey Kid is owned by is Monkey Kid Lego?
Yeah, Monkey Kid's Lego.
Okay, I didn't know if it was something else and Lego was I can't remember that part, but so there you go.
Technically, it's a cartoon, but I think Lego has the rights to it.
Yeah, that one could be a little wishy-washy, but regardless, I feel like it just falls in the same category. So second hour, you know, we're going to talk about things, you know, different IP and non-IP TV shows and movies. And another important part of the conversation I want to talk about is the impact that those IPs and non-IPs would have on mostly the IPs, what they have on the impact they have on the Lego community and Lego themselves. So, which brings me to the poll. I have a poll up there right now, and it says, without IP content, Lego is, and your choices are not doing good, not doing too good, or still thriving. Now, again, this is a subject I want to discuss later on, but I feel like it's very important to understand sometimes the demographics and the analytical data when it comes to stuff like this, because I feel like there are tons of people in the community, I want to say mostly probably mock builders, that if Lego said, sorry, no more IP content, they would just be like, it's cool, I'm fine. You know what I mean? Like there are no changes for them at all. But a lot of people are definitely, and look, myself, I came back out of the dark ages because of Star Wars. You know, I was a big fan of Star Wars ships, and that's what pulled me out, or pulled me back into Lego. So if they never had IPs, I don't want to say wouldn't, but I probably wouldn't have come back into the Lego space. So I just feel like it's a really interesting and kind of important discussion to talk about. So we will definitely get into that in the second hour. And before we say good morning to everybody, I also wanted to say hello to the replay gang. I hope all of you are doing well. Thank you for replaying with us. And I see there's some private messages. Hold on a minute.
Let's see.
Let me on. So I didn't see everything. All right, so let us get into the good mornings.
Good morning.
Good morning. So I see there's Bearded Brix and Brick Hive right there. So we'll skip past those two guys. Christine Harper, good morning to you. I hope Shadow War, what's going on? Good morning, good morning. Brick Fanatic, what's going on? How you doing? Dud Dude. I almost said that wrong. Good morning. What's going on? Whiskey, what's going on with you? How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. Thank you also for the pictures from the pab wall. He definitely hooked me up. Let's see here. Where do we go? I lost track of where we're at. Oh, there it is. Wayne. King Oldendorf, what's going on? Hope you're doing well. Two Humble Bricks in the house. How are you doing? Brick Adjuster, what is going on? Let's see here. Mayo, I think I already said good morning to Mayo. I can't remember. I lost track of the chat. Jesse's Brick Galaxy in the house. Good morning.
Jesse, good morning. Good morning.
Brick Fanatic, nothing like working out in the gym on a Sunday morning. Listen to Good Morning Brick Road every weekend. Well, thank you, Brick Fanatic. I really appreciate that.
Gotta get that pump in.
I know, right? Topic Bricks. Hello, what's going on? Let's see here. B-Boy Stop Motion Studio. What's going on? He says, holy guacamole, I'm here now. Well, thank you for being here. We appreciate you. My Bricks and Me. Good morning. Whiskey 488 says typhoons. Yes. Right. In Australia, they're called cyclones. Well, I thought cyclones was more of a tornado thing, but I could be wrong.
Well,
totally could be wrong about that.
Well, I don't know. I guess they're all the same name for the same thing. It's just different. I don't know.
I don't know. Like I said, I don't know if it's a scientific reason or if it's just different areas in the world where just have different names for things, you know. New Brick, Tennessee. Good morning. How are you doing today? Let's see here. Brent Brick says, I'm a simp for IPs. Yeah, I mean, look, I feel like a lot of us are, man. And it's nothing bad. It's nothing like a right or wrong or a bad or good answer. You know what I mean? It's just observation about what people have like preferences for. Let's see here. Who are we at? We're at Bricklock. What's going on, Bricklock?
Bricklock.
How you doing? Good morning. Let's see. And I think I said good morning to everybody. I think we got everybody. All right. So let me check something out here real quick. I gotta move something out of my way so I can see. All right. Let's see here. Got it. All right. Okay. Don't worry. I'll get you, buddy. I'll get you. So let's see here. Let me go ahead and do a couple things real quick. So that way.
How was the weekend, Rich? Have a good weekend.
It was pretty good. I bought a bunch of stuff for a guy when I was up at Brick Fair, Virginia. One of my buddies, he came and picked it up yesterday. He's seen the Lego room for the first time, so that was pretty, I guess, crazy for him.
Was that huge cart that you posted?
No, this was
another haul.
Yeah, well, this was just used sets from, or not used sets, but new used sets from No More and Cheap Ass Bricks.
Oh my gosh, man.
All right. So I made a couple more people some moderators. If you guys see anybody doing anything stupid, yeah, go ahead and ban them. And I'll take care of them later on. So look. The thing that is funny about this is one. What do you think I'm worried about someone having my address? Like, because one, honestly, dude, anybody that would be dumb enough to come to my address is gonna be for a big surprise. But two, you know, even if you send something, you know, like they can track things through the mail and all that, right? So that being said, I hope you don't think that I'm like scared or getting worried or anything like that. But again, helping the channel. Thanks. Appreciate it. All right, so let's go on and get on with the show.
I just hope that every
Hey,
time they
Click and
post it, they're at least liking the stream.
Yeah, something, man. I mean,
Don't forget to like.
it just, dude, it's just hilarious to me, man. The how some people just really just have no life, man. You know, and it just, I don't know. But anyways, yeah, like I said, I'm hooking people up out there. So see, I feel like a couple new people jumped in too. Click and Cliff, what's happening?
Hey,
How you doing?
We need to give a quick shout out to Dave
Bricks.
Brix for
Oh, yes.
a new member.
Oh, not just
Hey,
Dave Brix. Good call. I meant to do that too. All right, so not just Dave Brix, but the Brick Babe also became a member.
Yeah, the Brick Babe. The Brick
So,
Babe joined.
So we're gonna go ahead and do the Devastator membership level right now.
Just out of curiosity,
So-
while we're talking about movies and IPs and everything anyway,
Yeah.
how long do you think it took to CGI that scene?
I don't know, man. I don't know because so there's a show on, I want to say it's Netflix right now, the Twisted Metal show series or whatever. I haven't seen it yet, but I've heard that. Is that what it's on? Oh, but I've heard that a lot of the shots of the vehicles and stuff out in the road and everything, like they're CGI, and you can like really tell, I guess, that they're CGI. So when I look at that, I'm not saying there aren't things that look CGI in it, but it really looks like the vehicles are, you know, like coming apart and everything. So I don't know how much might be complete CGI and how might, you know, some might be practical or model effects or something like that. So it's hard to say. It's hard to say.
Big Nate, do you got the old school one that's like purple and green, or do you have the new one? He said he has that monster on his shelf.
Nice. Speaking of which, hey, what's up, Big Nate? How you doing? And
Andre's in here.
Andre, what's up? Good morning.
But hold on, before we go any further, I wanted to say about the membership. So I've been wanting to join forever, right? But I finally figured out. So I have an iPhone. And on my iPhone, it doesn't say like join. It only says subscribe. So if you're an iPhone user and you want to subscribe to Hive or Rich, not subscribe, you want to become a member, you have to go to your browser. So you literally have to go to YouTube on your phone, because that was like my problem. Nobody told me. So I don't know if anybody out here needs that bit of advice, but you have to do it through the browser and not in the app. And then you'll see something that says member. Now I'm official.
Yeah, it's actually a pretty annoying process.
Yeah. So I don't know. We were discussing it, and I think it's just an iPhone thing. Because like I said, look, I'm just saying on my Android, I can see the join button. So I like, that's why I was so confused when Rich first started telling me about it. I'm like, I don't know what you mean, man. It's right there. It's like
it's not for YouTube. Only subscribe. But I never saw like a member option. I thought it was like a secret club. So, but
nah. I mean,
we're part of the Mickey Mouse Club.
Brick Askew, what's going on, my friend? He says, I think that I tend to have to request a desktop version as well. Yeah, I don't know. Everybody in the chat, I guess if you have issues or you whatever seeing that, look at your phone. Is it an iPhone or is it an Android? I'm telling you, I don't think Android's and look, the reason I think that might be a thing is because look, I don't really like iPhones. I've kind of made it clear and stuff, but I will give it up that iPhones have mad security, dude. Like those phones, you are safe as anything. So that might be part of it. Maybe it's a security thing. So I don't know. Like I said, Brick Fanatic says, I've always wanted to become members on different channels and all that, but I have never put credit card details on my phone. I'm still uncomfortable. Yeah, then you should do it if you feel uncomfortable.
I just use PayPal. I didn't have to put anything in there. PayPal.
I was about to say, people that are afraid to put their cards online, PayPal is a really good, I mean, they are very, very for the buyer.
Yeah, I don't know about some of the other ones, but I know PayPal is really good. I've used them for a long time. because I know a lot of people
super secure
use Venmo. You know, like my kid, my wife. You know, I think like Shy was just talking to me about it not too long ago. I've never used Venmo, so I can't really speak upon it.
I haven't either.
Yeah. I just realized they didn't even get my address right. I was looking back on it and I was like, it's not even right. So anyways, so now that we've done the good mornings and we've chit-chatted a little bit about a few different things, I think it might be time. We have a few
this week. We got a couple things going on. First, so we'll go ahead and go to the first little screen and see this amazing botanical. I guess it's like a botanical / I don't really know where this thing falls. Because technically it's got flowers, but botanicals are only flowers.
It looks like something new. It says insect collection.
Yeah, it's the insect collection.
It's a new thing.
And the best thing about this is like, just look how majestic everything looks. Like, look at that butterfly.
How big do you think those are?
Well, I mean, you got to think the tiles. I mean, that's what 1, 2, 3, 4.
Oh, yeah, 5, they're not like 6, the 7, Disney 8, ones, right?
9, 10,
What's
11.
up, chef?
That's so the wingspan is 13 studs. So I mean, sorry, one wing is 13 studs. So that's going to be like 30 studs long.
So it's more like the bird than it's more like the parrot than like the other little Disney things they released.
I guess.
Like
the bird is a 3-in-1 though.
Wise. It's like what are we getting size wise?
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, they're pretty big.
Yeah, they are.
Except for that thing. Yeah, dude. I've been biting my tongue. So I mean, are they all nice? Sure. But how? I mean, look, honestly, the bee tops all three of those insects, dude. All three of them. For many reasons.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah, look, I know this is just my opinion, so it's I'm having a biased opinion here. But you know, I feel like bees play a much more important role than any three of those insects, right? Plus, like, okay, the butterfly, I get it, you know what I mean? The praying mantis is pretty cool too, you know what I mean? Even the beetle's cool, but it's like, really, you guys can put that above the bee? Really? Really?
Yeah, the bee is more universal.
King said it right. It's all like to scale. I mean, a butterfly is going to be bigger than a bee. The dung beetle is going to be bigger than a bee.
And I want everybody to know before anybody in the comment comes at me, because I figured they would have already done this. I know it's not technically a dung beetle. I get that. I know it's not a dung beetle. I just call it a dung beetle because, you know.
The thing that I think is funny about it is you have this insect set where they build all these insects, but yet if you look at the praying mantis down at the bottom, it's got the 1x1 tiles with the ladybug print on it.
Yeah.
Ladybug is tiny.
I don't know.
I won't buy it. I'll just be straight up with everybody. I won't buy it.
I said I was gonna buy it, but
I'm not buying it either. I mean, it's nice and everything, but I got too much other stuff on my plate that I wouldn't want to buy way before I even got to this.
I want the butterfly. So, do we have a price point on it?
I think it's 60.
Oh, it's not bad. You want my beehive?
Look, man. People like it. That's good.
It's 80.
80. Oh, it's gonna wait.
That extra $20.
$80.
It's gonna wait.
That extra $20.
Nah, Wayne, I'm gonna save my energy, man. It's all good. You know what? They don't like bees that much. That's fine. They can take their beetles and shove them. You know what?
But we did get some new set information. They are giving us a Pixar set in May that's going to be $35. Have no idea what that is. They're giving us 2 more Lego Botanicals, and the modular got released, but we still don't have a name or an idea of what it is.
Well, then what got released? Just the set number got released?
Yeah. Well, if they release a set number, it means that it's in production, or in the making or whatever.
Is there a piece count?
No. The only thing it is a set number. The Lego Botanicals being 60 and 50, I'm guessing they're more than likely going to be flowers. Pixar for $35, I don't know, because we just got the Up House, which was like I guess a movie that's been out for a while. So I'm wondering if they're going to go back and do something different. Maybe give us like another like small set like that from a movie. I don't know. There's a lot they could do there.
Big Nate, I appreciated that comment. He said that I don't think the Beetle is that dumb, just misunderstood. I would, but that's, yeah. I mean, I'm excited to see what the new modular is going to be. That's one of mine.
I hope it's girly.
All
we don't
pink.
have anything girly. Not necessarily that, but let it be like a hair salon or something. I mean, I don't want another restaurant. We don't need another hotel. Give me something that represents like W Falls waffles.
Let me ask everybody.
Waffles.
Yeah. Let me ask you guys and everybody in the chat. So, do you think that we'll know what the gift with purchase is that's supposed to come with the modular before the modular comes out?
No, because they just played that extremely well with the Gringotts, because they just released the Gringotts thing this week too. I didn't put it in here just because I don't have a picture of it, but they are coming out with a gift with purchase for the Gringotts that you can only get if you buy Gringotts. And it's extra rail, another cart, the door to the safe, and the little goblin, the minifig.
Dude.
Maybe it's a fun add-on pack.
Look, if they, because wait, so they released Gringotts.
Gringotts is not out yet, but we've got pictures of it.
No, but we know, but if it's not out, we already know what the gift of purchase is. So what I'm saying is, people that are going to buy Gringotts, if the gift of purchase isn't going to come out at the same time, they know they can wait to buy Gringotts as long as it's
I don't know when it drops. I thought you meant like, are we going to get images of it? Is what I thought you meant.
No. I just mean like when it comes time on the 1st to buy the modular.
Yeah,
are we gonna know at least what the gift of purchase is gonna be coming out the month after? You know what I mean? That was supposed to come with the modular, because I might want to wait to buy the modular if it's that good of a gift of purchase. You know what I mean?
They haven't been lately.
I'm at Lego's website right now, and they don't have pictures of the gift with purchase up.
It's just
the Gringotts.
It's just shady business practices, man, for a premium company, man. Like, you don't really your premium company, and you still need to zig and zag on us, man, and like nickel and dime us, trying to give us anxiety on whether we should purchase something now or wait until a damn gift with purchase comes out. It's like,
the Gringotts technically doesn't get released until the 4th unless you're a VIP, and then it gets released on the 1st. So I bet they're going to hold that gift with purchase until the 4th.
Well, the gift purchase is coming out the month after. That's what they're doing now with all these gift with purchases that are supposed to come with the set, you know what I mean, that are tied to it. They did it with the Forestman hideout. They did it with the Blacktron stuff. You know what I mean? Like, and they do it now every year. I've seen them last couple of years. They're doing it with the modulars. The modular comes out, and then the month later, a gift of purchase that should have came with the modular comes out. So it's like, even if you know what the gift of purchase is, look, I can't be the only one, man. I know everybody else has got to feel the same way. Like, it hurts when something comes out on the 1st and you want to buy it, but you're I gotta wait so I can get this gift of purchase.
But the thing that also sucks about that is you got to think half the people that are not waiting for that gift with purchase, those people that are going to buy it are also limiting the stock.
Yeah, look, like I said, man, I just think it's some cold-blooded stuff, man. You know what I mean? But it makes you seem really bad because you're complaining about a gift with purchase. So I'm like, I don't even know what to say.
It's not a gift, it's a purchase. It's just here.
Well, I mean, we've talked about the double-edged sword. Where is it a gift with purchase? Yes, but clearly it's a marketing tool that Lego, not just Lego. I mean,
we are paying for it.
All right. Goblin Zero, I do like the name. It's awesome.
Oh no, Marvel set.
And I saw Tori says Haley and I will want the insect set. Yeah, a lot of people will. As a matter of fact, I have a friend that takes photos of insects. like she does it for like a living and stuff. And I'm gonna let her know about that set because I'm sure she'd probably want it.
We also got 5 new DC sets. We're getting another Marvel set. We're getting 4 more Avatar sets, and we're also getting a Lego Icon space set. But once again, no one knows what any of these are. I'm wondering with the DC if they're just going to be strictly Batman or if they're going somewhere else.
I hope
dude, I am telling you, man. DC Lego, if you're listening, do a Hall of Justice or or whatever, man, or the Legion of Doom or something. Do something like
Wayne
that.
Manor.
You know what?
Well, look, but that's going back to Batman. Just like I was thinking about the Bugle. I mean, not the Bugle, but
but Batman's the only thing that matters in DC. Let's just get that out of the way. That's you want to talk about IPs today? Come on, like seriously, there is nothing good in DC other than Batman.
Listen, I'm not even that big of a DC fan like I am with Marvel. Even I can say that is a blasphemous statement, dude. There is so many great.
Jumper plate? No, they are not. He said the Avatar set getting more than they're moving. They're not. By me, at least, all the Avatar sets are on like some type of markdown.
Yeah, Avatar doesn't seem to be, dude. So this might be in the vlog I'm editing right now. I'm not sure, but let me show you guys something real quick, man. You guys got to see this. I was like, holy crap, that's a lot.
Andre said he wants a Wonder Woman playing. Me too.
Oh, here we go.
A Wonder Woman playing will be hard because it's invisible, ain't it?
Oh, you know what, Rich?
Here, I'm gonna hold on. So look, I'm gonna play something. All right, you guys. So I don't know if you guys can see this. At my what is it? ATSTs. You know what I'm talking about. They're on sale for $112. But look, they have like pallets of them, man. For some reason, they're not selling, dude. But
Walmart never has that many of anything.
Nothing.
Yeah, it's pretty wild though. So as far as Batman, it wouldn't surprise me if they were all Batman stuff. New Marvel, but see, it says new Marvel set. It doesn't say sets, it just says set.
No, it's just one. But if it's getting my whole I guess theory on all these is if they're getting these in so far in advance, these are going to be pretty bigger sets. Like pretty much like the Marvel set that I see them creating next would be another bigger. I don't know, because we've got Daily Bugle. We're getting the Stark Tower. It'd be cool if they'd give us Oscorp, but I doubt they're doing that.
Yeah, there's a lot they could do though. Yeah, right on. I mean, nothing I'm probably going to really dig into unless it's something pretty wild. By the way, good morning, Axel.
Good morning, Axel.
And
Mm.
We're also getting 3 new Star Wars sets and 5 Monkey Kid sets.
I've been wondering what's going on with Monkey Kid, man. Like, I'm like, you guys still good out there with? But I feel like this is definitely more towards the China, market.
Aquaplate and Larry, we are getting the X Mansion. I just don't know if that's the X Mansion number. I think the X Mansion is already the number's already created.
Dude, X Mansion is a day one, unless it looks dumb. I imagine they would build it similar to the Home Alone house.
That's how I figured, but the Home Alone house opened. I have a feeling they're going to do this dollhouse style.
They better not, man. They got at least
they're just going to have a huge mansion out front, and then the back of it's going to be open, kind of like Diagon Alley, I believe.
Dude, please don't do that. I can't. Dude, it's tiring being pissed off all the time, man.
Yeah, but I mean, you got to think that's the only way they can do that. You
say they can't make a modular?
They could, but you know how many the size that's going to decrease?
Well, they're not going to make it to scale or anything. I mean, they're going to do Avengers Tower. I mean, they're not going to make that to scale. I don't know, man. I don't know. We'll see.
You got to think Daily Bugle was what, $400?
Well, I would imagine the X Mansion is going to be in the same category. It's going to be
it is. But I'm talking about look at the piece wise. To do that mansion, I guarantee you it's going to be dollhouse. I guarantee it. Okay. It would have to be.
Look, I'm gonna be chill. I'm just gonna be chill about it, man. It's cool.
Last but not least, we are getting another goat.
Dude, that medieval village looks
That's just something I took off of Rebrickable. Nobody knows what this is going to look like.
I'm like, that looks really cool.
That's a if you buy like I think it's 3 of the 3-in-1 castles to build that.
You know what? I've got a perfectly good greatest of all time goat. So you know what they can do with their real goats now.
I've got 4 now, so I'm getting there.
I don't have a goat.
So 2 things. Also, I apologize. I didn't get my pictures together for it. But 2 things.
The other one was you said that you wanted to mention and talk about these mini castles.
Well, that and the whole I wanted to address just for a minute the insider thing. Because so look, for a lot of you all that watch Good Morning Brick World on a regular basis, you might have heard us say this before. We always get kind of shafted on the news. By the time because news always comes out like usually right after the show or sometime maybe in the early part of the week. So by the time it gets to us, everybody and their freaking grandmother has already talked about it. So we try and talk about stuff that either people haven't talked about too much or try and take a little bit of a different take upon it. But sometimes you're just going to get our opinions on it. That's just how it is. So, all right, the mini castle thing. The reason we wanted to discuss the mini castle thing isn't necessarily a bad thing, but it's just an observation, and we kind of wanted to know what you all thought about it. So, mini castles seem to be fairly popular with Lego.
Love them.
And yeah, some people love them, and that's great. And I actually do like them a lot. So this isn't any kind of
a fun way to display a castle without spending the $500 that one of the sets cost.
Right. So what we're about to, yeah. So what we're about to say isn't like a good take or a bad take. It's just observation, you know. By the way, good morning, Mrs. Neverland. I hope you're doing good.
Good morning.
All right. So there's been quite a few mini castles. I did manage to get some pictures. I just didn't get them all put together, so at least I could keep track of them. So let me show you. So let's see here. Like here was one. This is I think the most recent one.
Yeah.
Okay.
My faves.
Right. All right. So here was another one.
Yeah, that was the 100th anniversary.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't count.
What do you mean it doesn't count? That's not a mini castle?
But it's a micro. It's not mini.
Oh,
that was an in-store
Look
build.
at Brick Babe. Oh, dude, you're right. Because I was thinking, like, I was going even up and down the scale, just as long as they weren't a normal size castle.
That's
I was like,
a micro in-store build. It doesn't.
Well, you know what you just did?
Anything.
So that means that this is a micro one too, isn't it?
Look at the slopes, of course.
Is that micro?
That is amazing, though.
I know.
I can't wait for that to come out.
I love it. I think I'm gonna buy this one, dude. Honestly. I'll find a shelf somewhere to put it. This is a really good set, man. I can't remember the exact price of it, but
that's Harry Potter.
Yeah,
it's Hogwarts.
Yeah. Hey, what's up, Jay? What's happening? How you doing? Dude.
That's gonna be an actual like really cool build, and I know that they've said somewhere down the line in the next like 2 or 3 years, I guess we're gonna get another Hogwarts that's even bigger than the last. So that's one of the things too that could really do things like. I guess good for it.
Yeah. And then I even had this one on here, the poly bag one. I was like, dude, there's so many of them, man. But yeah, nope, Brick Babe got me on that, man. She's right. Those are micro castles. So mini is too big of a word for those ones, I guess.
Not many.
But regardless, it was just like I said, an observation that and the reason we were going to talk about it is because there's another Disney mini castle, right, coming out.
Well, there's also another Disney castle coming out too. They've so the talk is you know that every Disney there's like I think 10 different Disney castles, and the one they keep giving us is Cinderella's.
Right.
Like that mini one that you just showed is Cinderella's. So they're wondering if the next one is going to be like Beauty and the Beast.
Oh, I would love that. My favorite princess.
Well, and you would think, look, if I was working for Lego corporate or whatever, dude, I would have been right on them castles, man. Because I would have been like, let's get the completionist Lego people out there and make a different castle. Because you got Cinderella's castle, you got Sleeping Beauty's castle, you got Beauty and the Beast castle. You know, there's like all these different castles, man. You can mess around, and they don't have to be just Disney. I'm sure there's other castles I'm not thinking about.
So they could have actually done something even a little bit like logistically smarter than that if they would have done all of those in mini versions and seen which one got the most attention and created as the next big castle. That would have been another, because if they come out with a $400 Beauty and the Beast castle, I'm buying it. The only reason I haven't bought the new Disney castle is because it's the exact same thing as the old one I have. It's just different colors.
These last few castles that have come out,
and figures, minifigs.
The last few Disney castles that come out or whatever. I mean, they've been in the $200-$300 range, right? Roughly.
No, well,
higher.
Yeah.
Well, because I was thinking, imagine if they went kind of all out and made like a really ultimate collector series Disney castle, man. You bump that thing up and you can make it like really.
Well, see, the Disney castle is another reason why I say the X Mansion is going to be dollhouse style. It's dollhouse style.
You stop saying that, dude. You're making my eye twitch every time you say that, man. By the way, real quick, I wanted to say good morning to Chemo City Brick House. Good morning to you, Brightest Bricks. Good morning to you. Thank you for being here. Our Toy World Richie, been dropping some fire videos, man. The latest one was pretty good too. Anybody else that I miss out there? Nope, I got everybody. Okay. Yeah, so that's why we were just talking about it, just because like more smaller castles are coming out, and I feel like either Lego is just doing it casually, or maybe they're gearing up to start doing more castle stuff.
I would love that.
Well, I mean, I'm going to be really mad if we keep asking them for castle and they keep popping out these Disney castles. That's not what I want.
Oh, I don't mind Disney castles.
I do. We need knights.
Especially Beauty and the Beast.
We need more Black Falcons. We need a revamp of some old style knights.
Which kind of leads into a little bit of discussion about the IP and non-IP stuff we'll be talking about later, because we will be discussing some of that. That's very important. The end of that conversation. So the other thing that we wanted to discuss was the insider thing, and I know a lot of it's already been talked to death and everything. We just wanted to.
Anybody would like my address to send me their instruction booklets, I'll go ahead and give them to you.
So yeah, we just wanted to kind of give everybody our takes on it. Even though I have not seen, or maybe I haven't, I'm not 100% sure if I've seen every detail about it. Everything that I have seen is really blowing my mind, because I don't see anything bad about it at all. Like anything bad about it. Everything is good about it. Whether it's,
do you think that it's too good to be true? Do you think Lego's going to?
Yes,
are you
I
worried
do.
about they're going to pull one over somehow?
Yes, I do. I feel like they're definitely going to screw us somehow. But you know what? That's just the pessimistic, ranty part of me, speaking. Because my first impression, I'm sorry, Brooke, babe. Give me 1 second. I just wanted to say that my first impression is, and I need to make sure everybody understands this, because I'm always complaining about the company. If everything is true and everything, dude, kudos to you, Lego. Like, this is an extremely awesome thing that you're doing for your customers. I'm not even saying fan, like we're fans or whatever, but we're also customers. You know what I mean? So
true.
Yeah. Go ahead, Brooke, babe.
No, I was saying that, yeah, I agree with you. I don't see anything like bad, but I do have, some small little complaints. Like I think one is, and it may be petty, but even with the booklet. So if I scan the booklet for the Bugle, it's the same as scanning this. So I'm like, could they have given us some type of scale maybe on the booklets? That's me. Then
but see, the thing against that is, where did you buy that Daily Bugle from?
Lego, day one.
See, you've already got building it, but it was day one. So that's the whole point of their things behind that, is you got that from Lego, so you've already gotten points from it. That little set you might have gotten from Walmart or something like that and not gotten points for it.
Okay, yeah, I don't care if I got it from TJ Maxx. I still spent almost $400 on it. So give me more than 20 points.
Well, but the biggest sets are going to be exclusive to Lego only, though.
Well, my take on it is, I see what you're saying because of the scale of scale of difference. However, my take on it is it's a free thing that they're adding for us. So to me, it's fine all around the board. You know what I mean? But that's just my take on it. But I understand what you're saying.
I think that all they're doing anyway is just trying to. I mean, you got to think we all have a Lego account, and the Lego account is attached to a city somewhere, whether you lied about it or not. I think all they're trying to do is when you start scanning all these instructions, they're going to see what in your area is being purchased by who and how many times. The other thing that, like we were joking about, is so everybody knows that I've already, like, even though I'm rebuilding the castle, I'm already like gearing up for the next big mock I'm building. We counted them the other day. I had 62 boxes of clones. And they're the 332nd, they're the 501st, and there's a couple of the other ones. So they're very, very big multiples. And somebody said that every instruction booklet, everyone has a different QR code. So every one of those that I can scan.
No, you can't. You can't.
Yeah, they all have different QR codes.
No, you cannot. So this is what I'm hearing. So we'll know on the 21st. So I buy multiples a lot. And I heard you can only scan one. Every code is unique, but you can only scan one to the account. So you can share it. So if like Hive didn't have it, then we can like share the booklets that way. Like, here, take this booklet. But I heard you can't scan multiple.
Well, let me say something interesting about the whole instruction thing, because that look, and again, if they said you can only scan it like one code or whatever, I have no beef with that. You know what I mean? Because it's a free thing they're throwing at us anyways. It'd be much cooler if you could scan each one, you know, but I get it. However, the whole thing that I'm curious about is because, look, this has got to, I mean, and I know a lot of people told me it's not really going to cost them or whatever, but it's still going to cost Lego because they're giving us points, which again is going to be turned into money. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So do you think that they just thought that not many people kept their instructions, or definitely? Because look, I've kept every single instruction booklet since I've come out of my dark ages, because I didn't know if I'd ever need them again, or if I'd sell the set, or if I broke, they broke down, I'd have to rebuild it, whatever the case may be. So I have a lot of instructions, and I plan on scanning them here soon. But
so just out of curiosity, real quick, to go on with what you're saying, how many instructions do you think you have?
Oh God.
I got
as many Lego sets as I have. I mean, I don't
using Lego's numbers. It's 13,000 points for $100 off, and it's going to take 650 instructions to get $100 off.
Oh well, I've got more than 650, dude. I've got probably at least 1,000, man. I mean, because
but scannable, because it has to be from.
Because I came out of my dark ages right about 2018, man. So every set I've bought, man, you know what I mean, it's been since then. I mean, I've got probably a couple of like sets that I bought that were retired already from a while back, but like the majority, I mean, I at least got $100 off of it. That's so there's that. So I'm curious. Like, did they think that just many people? Because, dude, think of the influx. Think of that influx. Because everybody that's got tons of instruction booklets, man, starting what day it was, they're gonna start scanning immediately. Imagine that influx, dude. Lego's not gonna be able to handle it. I'm telling you, dude. Just like the one thing I'm worried about this whole insider thing, because Lego's not known for holding down their technological aspects, in a good manner. You know what I mean? You've seen how many times the websites have crashed and all that. So now that they're consolidating, ideas and all this other stuff, VIP and whatever, into one thing, and then all of a sudden the influx of all these. So I'm just curious if it's all going to just like fall apart and crumble, man.
I think there's a point that hasn't been discussed, and they always say hindsight's 2020. So last year around this time, Lego gave us a nice gift of a price increase. It's like, hey, we're raising the prices. So maybe it's a, hey, we're sorry, a welcome back. Because if you already have booklets, that means you were a customer. That means you were a loyal customer. So as opposed to new customer acquisition, maybe this is retention.
Now, well,
let me read this to you real quick too.
Sure.
Yes, the QR codes on Lego instruction manuals are all completely unique, not only from set to set, but in multiple copies of the same set too. So if you, for some reason, own 100 copies of the Eiffel Tower, that's 2,000 insider points in your pocket. Or maybe more realistically, you own 40 copies of the Clone Battle Pack. Those are all extra 800 points. So every instruction booklet of the same set is scannable and is different QR code.
We'll know tomorrow, Rich.
Tomorrow morning, I'm already like,
no, but imagine
I really got to go to work tomorrow.
No, dude, but imagine all the clone collectors and stuff out there, man.
But think about all the clone collectors that have thrown away all those instructions.
Well, but you can't blame them, dude. Because
no, I don't blame anybody.
Right, right. But I mean, I know if anything, that's going to be a gut punch to them, man. Because
I was just thinking yesterday, and it's not even that much, but I bought 7 of those Republic fighter tanks. I'm pretty sure I threw all the instructions away.
So this is a real interesting thing. I will obviously will be keeping a close eye on it, but I would like to think a lot of other people would too. Is how this is going to go, how it's going to work out. If Lego is going to be like, whoa, this is going to be too much. Because think about it now. Even going forward now, no one's going to throw their instruction booklets away, dude. Or they're going to scan them before they do. You know what I mean? Like, so, and I know 20 points or whatever it was. I think Ryan was talking about the currency part of it, 15 cents, for each scan or something. But like, dude, that adds up, man. And for a lot of us, dude, we buy a lot of Lego. I mean, even like if you just buy small sets, and that's one thing I'm glad about, like the difference, or there's no difference in between the bigger and the small set, because then I'm afraid the small set would be way too little. You know what I mean? Where at least it's just all equal. But regardless,
just out of curiosity, I don't have one open. Does a gift with purchase instruction booklet have a QR code on it too?
No, I have one right here. They don't.
Yeah, they're like, gotcha.
They have the catalog number, but that's it.
What about on the back or anything?
Yeah, flip it over to the last page.
Oh, there's one right. Well, that's
loud and wrong.
Wait. Well, isn't that for the contest though, or is that the same thing?
Scan this QR code to go to Lego.com product feedback.
Hold on, let me go grab up.
You know what I was worried about? It was these. I don't want to say stupid. That's negative. It was these. It was these things, but because they don't give you a booklet, remember they're electronic. Right. But the slip does have a QR code on it.
Yeah. So what about
another one? No, these are the QR codes for winning.
Okay.
Yeah, it's different. The QR codes are on the front and they're really small.
Got it.
So I wasn't loud and wrong. I was loud and right.
Trevor's video. What's happening? Good morning. Thank you for being here.
But here's something else that's interesting too. This 3-in-1 creator set, has 3 different instruction booklets, and they all have a different QR code.
The 3-in-1 too?
This one does.
But I wonder if
it's just how to build the boat.
Right. You would think that they would be able to.
I thought they didn't.
Can't say the right word.
Not all of them do. Hold up. No,
you think that they would be able to know, like, separate them or whatever?
But you gotta think when they're printing them out, they're not gonna make sure the QR code's the same with each of them. They're just gonna pack up one of each.
That also gets more complex, man. Like when you start doing stuff like that, and that's what I'm talking about. Like, man, is the whole thing just gonna crash? Like, how many damn things can they take at once? Oh,
yeah, because I bought 3 of the. I have 6. I bought 3 of the blue and 3 of the pink. So that means that 3 times 6.
Do poly bags count?
Does the instruction bag and the
I know, that's why I was like seeing if I had one. Like,
hold on, wait, I have one I can crack open right now.
I'm like, oh man, I don't know, dude. I don't know.
I wouldn't want to open this anyway, the little dream set.
Look at Brian Switchberg says, I like how this turned into a scavenger hunt. That's what I'm talking about.
Yeah, we're like
you just created crackheads, Lego. Way to go.
Well, just like so I haven't really, I've been so busy I haven't paid attention to other people that have gotten the CMF boxes. I've been wanting to test out the scanning codes for it.
The poly bag doesn't have a QR code on it.
All right, so no one
poly bag. Here's one. The fish doesn't have it. Just the parrot has the QR code.
Look at they're like, oh, you're not gonna get us. You're not gonna get us. You gotta be smarter than that.
So you said like one of the boxes, do they have the code?
No. So for the CMF boxes that come out
for
Marvel, supposedly there's different codes for each one, and that's what I'm testing. I want to test out once I've been looking around and see if they're out yet. Because I'm not gonna sit there and weigh them.
Start something where now when you go to the Lego store, you're gonna find boxes opened.
I don't know, dude.
Maybe not Lego, but like these were open. These were open, and the video ones will be open in Target.
Oh, well, I've seen some stores. I've seen some stores that have literally the individual CMF boxes in plastic cases. So you got to take up the plastic cases with them. But I mean, can you imagine in places like I would and look, this isn't a slight against cities, different cities, but like let's say San Francisco, you know what I mean, with the crime and everything, dude. I would just why would you think they just hit up Lego stores, man? Just you'd be able to get all the imagine getting all them CMF boxes and you just open them up and sell them all. Anyways, we have thousands of instructions. Yeah, a lot of people got instructions. There's no doubt about that. Danny Phantoms, hope you're doing well. So yeah, that's
2017.
So the Insider program, we'll see how it goes.
We'll talk about it next week.
I have no qualms with it. I think it's a really great thing. I want to praise Lego for it. I just kind of did earlier, but at the same time, I am still skeptical. I can't talk today. But because I know Lego's a business and I respect that. And they need to make money. And I understand some bottom line stuff. But at the same time, you really need to not screw your customers over. We just have to learn.
We got to get smart enough to where we can shake the boxes and tell what's inside of them.
Oh, that's Hawkeye. All right, got it. Oh gosh. Do we want to go jump into celebrations before we get into our topic for the day?
Yeah, we had to catch up.
Yeah, can you send me a link to that?
Emailed it.
Oh, I didn't know you emailed it. I'm sorry.
I did.
I just said you saw said something about the Google Drive, but I didn't know you emailed it. My bad.
I did.
Okay, so it's all good. I got it right here. Let me just make sure.
It was longer than normal because we had to cover almost 3 weeks.
Yeah.
And if you have a birthday, an anniversary, please send it. Let us know. We want to celebrate you, a milestone. Let us know.
Yes, please do.
Info.
All right, so I got it pulled up here. So let me go ahead and share the screen.
You know what would be fun next week, Hive?
What's up?
So what if so Friday, whenever, send like how many points you got. Let's just post how many. I'll post mine from with the scanning.
Oh,
that would be fun.
That's a good idea. So well, look, let's make sure because look, I don't know how many instructions we all have, so I don't know how long it takes. So let's say make sure Rich, are you think
I'm gonna let you know. I'm gonna do this as soon. I thought about because I normally don't go to bed at like 12 o'clock anyway, seeing if it would let it roll tonight. But it'll probably when I get home tomorrow, I'm probably actually gonna sign because my wife on her phone, my Lego account signed in too. So I'm gonna see if we both can't do it at the same time.
All right. So look, this is what we'll do with everybody. Okay. We'll all come back here next Sunday and scan your points throughout the week, and that way we can all sit there and have fun and compare each other's points.
But shoot them to us so we can post them so we can.
Oh well, yeah. Then do
like
that.
The celebrations.
So yeah, if you've got your number or screen,
you don't want me to send you my points because I only know one person that has more points than I do, and that's Shop.
Not all the points, just how many you got.
Oh yeah, I know.
You got from scanning, not all your points. Just
how many yeah. We would that's a totally different thing. So if you want everybody, I mean, and look, if you don't want to send them or screenshot or whatever, you can just say it in the chat next week. But yeah, I think it'd be interesting to see how many points we've all scanned from instruction booklets because, like I said, I have no idea. I have so many. I don't know what it's going to come to, but I will be very fascinated to see what we all have. That's very interesting. I see Brick and Brood out there. What's going on? Good morning. Thank you for being here. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and share the screen, and we will watch some celebrations. This. All right, here we go. Hopefully it's not too loud. Oh, I guess it was a little big. Well, it must have been a fairly big file. Holy cow.
I had to catch up.
I guess so. All right, let me just pause it and let it run a second.
Andrew,
you guys
Phillips,
got a lot going
what
on.
is up?
Huh?
Yeah. So the question was, Hive does low lug meeting next week. Does that count for news? I do celebrations. Rich, is that news for you?
What about lugs?
It says low lug meeting next week. Does that count for news?
What's low lug?
I guess it's their lug, the low lug.
No, I don't know. Not a meeting. I don't think a meeting is a celebration, is it?
We have a meeting in my love like every other week.
They said news.
News. I guess maybe. All right, let's do the celebrations and we'll talk about it.
Like 2 weeks ago, he was just at 5,000. He's killing it.
Killing it.
75. We saw him at Brick Fair. So many milestones this time.
Well, that's why we love. That's why we love this stuff. We can keep track of everybody.
We got to put it on IG, Hive.
Yes.
We can tag everybody.
I brick, you brick. I love that name. That's a great name. Congratulations. Hey, look at that. Good for y'all.
That's it.
Oh, that's it?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought it was, there's still a lot left.
Mm.
All right. Well, congratulations to everybody.
Right.
That is good milestones, good celebrations. Let me close this out.
All right. Trevor, congrats.
Wait, what I miss? What I miss?
420
subscribers. Congratulations. It's a celebration.
Next week.
Brick Hive says Hive's getting down right now. Man, you ain't kidding, dude. You better be careful. I'll do the electric slide on this stream. I don't care.
Do it. I don't believe you.
Oh man, come on now. Don't get me started. Mayo, what's going on, Mayo? Halloween is my half birthday. What's your other half birthday?
Let us know. Oh, I guess so. 6 months after that.
I guess. Oh, probably. So Axel says I didn't read up on it, but what happens with your current VIP points? Well, they better stay this. They better stay this. Ooh, they better stay the same.
Look at Mrs. Neverland celebration.
There we go. Congratulations, Mrs. Neverland. And look, Mrs. Neverland does have a stressful job. Sometimes I imagine there are times it's not stressful, but
you are the MVP.
King Older says I got milestone on Twitch, but I forgot to let you know. Yeah, definitely message it to one of us.
Not too late.
I am I've got the Good Morning Brick World Instagram account back, but I'm trying to figure out an easy way to slide in and out of it instead of like unlogging and then logging back in and all that stuff. So,
oh, well, so if you have like an iPhone, then you ain't got to do all that. You could just click your name and change accounts. I mean, I'm just saying.
Well, that's one thing in a giant swimming pool I can say that's good about iPhone. There you go. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Two things. I forgot their security. I would say their cameras as well, but yeah, Android's catching up to them with the camera stuff. So
cameras, I think, are obsolete because every phone that comes out is better than the last.
FaceTime.
Yeah, but look, I will give it to iPhone, man, for the longest time, and even still probably right now. It's close, but like their cameras, dude, mwah, perfect. Like and like the stabilization stuff. But anyways, Brent says I've got a celebration. I just made a great breakfast sandwich. It's a celebration.
But you didn't share it, so we're not sharing it with you.
I bet your stomach was like, celebrate.
Rich enforcing the rules.
Mayo says, I'm so glad the Instagram reel algorithm died. Way too many empty calorie followers from those things. Well, I mean, you know, sometimes light followers. I say light in the sense that maybe they're like low on calories and no filler, you know, like. But wait, Mayo, isn't your whole thing like real whole egg, no filler? Anyways, Zizou, what's happening? Rinse and repeat.
We celebrate you as well.
All right, so let's check the poll real quick because I'm curious about where that's at. So we got 53 votes. By the way, everybody, please like the stream if you could. It helps us out greatly. But yeah, if you want to throw down some opinions on here, remember the poll is anonymous. So whatever you want to say is always kept private. So it says we got 53 votes. Without IP content, Lego is either not doing too good or still thriving. 42% of you said not doing too good. 59% of you said still thriving. I gotta tell you, that surprises me.
That's a lot closer than I thought it would be.
I agree. I thought it would. And look, and I know people know me. I'm not. This isn't like a poll to be negative or anything. Like this is just like analytical stuff I try and think about because Lego's never gonna die. They're just not. Lego's always gonna be around, man. It doesn't matter, no matter how bad or in the red or whatever they get, man. Like they're all, even if they were so bad, they're like, oh, we can't just sustain anymore. They would sell themselves to somebody. You know, Lego will always be around. Those bricks will always be around. They just might not be as prevalent. However, the big question, and we'll get into the TVs, movies stuff more detail in just a second, but the bigger question I want us to marinate on as we're talking about this stuff is if they didn't have IPs, if Disney was gone, Harry Potter was gone, you know, like their movie stuff, whatever, all gone, they would still do good. Don't get me wrong, because one, there's people that mock. I don't care what your freaking IP is, man. They just want the bricks, right?
And two, here's the other side of that too, though, is like, say if they lost Star Wars. So all the pieces are out there still to create Star Wars stuff. There's still going to be the mockers that do that. But also you're going to have all the people who custom print stuff jump right in that game more than it is now.
But that's going to lead into a totally different conversation. But you're right. All right. But two, there's things that aren't IP that people are huge fans of. Pirates, Castle, you know, space. You know, those things, you know, they still got the city, you know, then they've got things that they've created on their own. Dreams is something that we're going to kind of talk about a little bit.
So you're telling me in your mind that as long as Lego loses Star Wars, we could get more Castle? I'm making I'm calling right
now. Oh man, that would be crazy.
Sorry, Star Wars fans.
I don't want this whole discussion to be just about that. You know, the whole IP, non-IP thing. It's just relevant to the conversation because we're going to be talking about movies and TV shows and stuff. And so, all right, so we'll marinate on that, but we'll go back to the beginning about sets. Let's talk about sets that for TVs and TV shows and movies that they've already done. That, you know, does everybody have like a personal favorite? You know, there's a lot of stuff out there. I got to tell you, I want to immediately say Star Wars and Marvel would be my first picks, but I am really.
You didn't have to pick Star Wars or Marvel. What's your favorite set that they've done off of a movie or TV show.
Definitely would be Lord of the Rings, either the Tower or Bags In.
You know, what about you,
Rich? Oh, mine would have to be for nostalgia's sake. So growing up, everybody called me Winnie the Pooh. They thought I like everything in my life was Winnie the Pooh. So for nostalgia, it would have to be Winnie the Pooh, because
good call.
That's who my family likened me to. So I was Pooh Bear forever. Then I would have to say for aesthetics, I have two. So Winnie the Pooh and Sesame Street. I think for just nostalgia.
No, those are two
Sesame Street
fire IPs that they done, and I got both of them. I know Rich has got Winnie the Pooh back there. You got Sesame Street too, Rich?
No, I don't like. I didn't grow up with Sesame Street.
Oh my gosh!
And not only did I love the Sesame Street, I still got it, but my plan was, and I've been procrastinating, is to do the rebrickable thing so I can make it a little more modular. But dude, those two sets, man, the figs. Oh, just fantastic.
It's iconic. So mine, I did rebrickable mine. Mine is a modular. It's a smaller modular, and then I made like a Hoopers right next to it. And then, come on, man, you're trumping me. I'm talking about Winnie the Pooh. You bring Ghostbusters.
That's my white whale right there too, man.
It would have to be just everybody ignore Rich right now. Winnie the Pooh. Sesame Street, but then for aesthetics, not necessarily like my favorite show, but aesthetics, I've never seen like Friends, but I love Central Perk. That's nice. I have bought 4 Central Perks because I have parted out. I bought
Friends is a really good set. Like the Central Perk and the apartments are really good for anybody who likes modulars, period. Because if you want to build your own modulars, I mean, that's like half a floor. I mean, that you could have made a pretty big building out of.
Yeah,
I parted it out 4 times and I built one. And then for aesthetics, it has to be Fab Five. Like when those went for $50, I probably bought about 5 of those as well, because the parts, the aesthetics in that, and the movable part, they call them playable, but you know, we're adults. The movable parts in there were really cool.
Real quick, I wanted to acknowledge Blank Carving is here. Good morning. Also, let's see here. There was a couple other good things out here. Good comments. Jesse says I count 14 IP themes on Lego right now. That's a lot. I mean, if you think about it, that's a lot. It doesn't seem like 14 is a lot, but it is a lot for a toy company, man. I mean, you know, that's have a lot of different stuff. Topic Brick says there's a good chance they'll be doing Lego Lord of the Rings play sets next summer. I've heard something about that as well. Topic. By the way, Topic's been throwing down pretty good whatnot streams, so you guys definitely go check that out. I know Big Nate says flex.
So
I know because we're what's that?
So based off of what Jesse just said, with like the 14 IP themes, so what about ideas? So it's not a TV show, but what about BTS? And I don't even know who they are. I found out when Lego released the set. I would love more music.
Well, so music is a topic we're gonna touch upon. I've been wanting to talk about it for about half a year now.
There's more music sets.
Well, I mean, I'm a music buff. You know, like I listen to so much music, and if you guys look at my Instagram stories, like I've always got like a totally different song. I probably look like I'm like I don't know how I look because I listen to so much different stuff so randomly. But yeah, music's something I wanted to touch upon because Lego has dabbled in music.
But does that count for IP though?
But see, the show's not really about IPs.
It's a record company.
Yeah, it would be an IP, but it's not a TV show. Well, I mean, unless they make a TV show. I mean, there's probably a BTS TV show over there somewhere, man.
Facts. The fandom.
So what's I guess a theme or an IP that y'all would what's a set that you wish they would create off of a movie?
Off a movie or a TV show or
anything?
Well, I've been really clamoring for a long time, even though they did it with Dimensions. I want to see a creator expert Knight Rider kit car badly.
One of my favorite shows growing up was the Dukes of Hazzard, but maybe we're not going to get the General Lee. So
yeah, we're not getting the General.
What's the show?
Unless they rename it.
Yeah, the Lee General or something. I don't know. But,
you'd have to build Dom's Charger in orange. That's the only way you're getting that.
But I would like the Cosby Show or like the Fresh Prince, something more modern.
The Cosby Show. They're not going to do the Cosby Show either for obvious reasons. But that's a good idea, or the Fresh Prince in a sense too, because think about like that living room or the kitchen, like in the Cosby Show. Like they showed the bedrooms and stuff too, but the living room and the kitchen, even the kitchen, even more prevalent than the living room almost is, iconic. Like so many, dude, I grew up watching the Cosby Show.
Set.
So all the conversations they'd have in the kitchen and then the Fresh Prince, same thing pretty much. That living room and kitchen setup, and not even just them. Almost all the, like you think of like Everybody Loves Ray. Is it Everybody Loves Ray or Raymond?
Everybody Loves Raymond.
Raymond, yeah. Like even that living room and kitchen.
I need some 80s. I need some like
I don't think they did any of that. It was like I felt like I can understand how they did Friends a lot more than I could Seinfeld. Like Seinfeld, like I bought the Seinfeld set. It's really cool.
Good morning, Haley.
Oh, look at what Jesse said. I'm sorry. Oops.
No, go ahead. Oh, I know, because I thought she was a troll last time she was in one of the streams.
Look at what Jesse said, though. He said it was 14 themes, not including icons. So he thinks they're surviving on IP, Jesse.
Okay, yeah.
I mean, so I think that Lego is doing it like this. I think that they're using IPs that are big names like Star Wars and Harry Potter to pretty much fund the company to give them, I guess, the money and the resources they need to focus on the stuff that they want to create.
Yeah. Well, I think it's a little bit more than that, but that's a good heavy point. A couple brickheads. Sean the right way in the house. What's up?
What's up?
So, all right. It's such a complex dynamic trying to separate some of the stuff. Because like we said, we have mock builders, but even with mock builders, there's mock builders that do buy sets as well, because they might be attached.
Yeah, but you have to take mock builders out of the equation, because the mock builders are going to come up with whatever they want anyway.
Right. But that's what I'm saying.
There's 20 Knight Riders out there.
Yeah, I know. So mock builders aren't really the demographic, like I said, that would care about the IP stuff or even non-IP stuff. It's just TV shows or because they build what they want to build. It doesn't matter what Lego's putting out.
But the thing is, as a mocker, you have to have the Lego IP themes for the figs.
Plus there's a little bit more than that too. Not a lot, but a little bit more, because in different sets, especially newer sets, what comes out? Newer parts. So a lot of mock builders really see when we see like a lot of like, well, just take me for example. When I see a new set, I look at the set as a whole. Wow, Star Wars, blah blah blah. But a really good mock builder, they're like periscoping. Like, oh, look at that part. Like, I want that part. Oh my goodness. Christina Harper says,
"Oh my gosh!
Thank you so much, Christine. Let me do a thing for you. Somebody mentioned Ready Player One a minute ago. I think it was Brent. So let's.
That would be. I'm gonna tell you right now. When they were setting up New Hashima for the first time, and I saw all those little like apartment things going on top of each other, I was like, please tell me they just built a Ready Player One mock.
Well, so we'll do a Ready Player One donation clip. So this is for you, Christine. There you go. So thank you so much for your donation. I appreciate that. So yeah, Ready Player One was, if anybody knows what we're talking about, like the most insane amount of IPs in one movie.
That's like an IP theme paying for an IP that's paying for an IP.
Dude, the Easter eggs, like, I love watching Easter egg YouTube videos and stuff. The Easter egg video for that was in the hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of eggs. There's so much stuff in that movie. An incredible movie.
Just the scene wherever they all come to that like final battle.
Oh my god!
Like everything.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, it's crazy. So mock builders, they're kind of out of the equation. You know what I mean? And look, when we talk about IP stuff, again, there's TVs and movies that Lego has done that is their own stuff. You know what I mean? The first thing I think of is the Lego movie. The only problem is Lego's own stuff does good and then it does mediocre or does bad. It's not like they they just keep climbing with their own TV shows or stuff. I mean, Jay,
the movie was good.
No, the Lego movie was great. It did record, blah, blah, blah. It obviously pulled a lot of people into Lego, but Lego Movie 2 didn't do as good. I've heard about they did good, but didn't do as good as the first one. You know, sending like Lego Batman movie. Like they don't do as good as the other one. You know,
it's the sequel curse. But you know, I feel cheated. What movie I feel cheated with right now in like now time is the Spider-Verse. Like I wanted more Miles Morales stuff, especially like the cyber. It's like a lot of cyberpunk in there. Give us the colors. Give us these new elements. There was so much in that movie that I wish we would have gotten some sets with some like fire colors, the neons. You can't mock them because there are a lot of pieces, but you know, the count.
Well, and that's the one thing about Lego too, that, and this is again a complex discussion because you're talking about a business that needs to make money. But there's a lot of stuff that I wish Lego would make, but they won't. They're going to make the stuff they feel is going to make them the most money. And they're also not really going to experiment too much with stuff that they're not sure about. You know what I mean? The same thing with like movie studios and stuff. Like they're so careful about not doing anything with too much experimentation.
Marvel is a cash cow.
Yeah, but to bounce off of what she said, I think that what we're going to see is with, I know it doesn't necessarily have all the colors, but you're talking about like the punk Spider-Man and all that.
Yeah, exactly.
So I think that what they're going to do is to continue to do what they did with Iron Man and how they keep releasing the armories that have all his armors in them, just because it's hard to put all those in a set. You know, we've gotten 2 of the Spider-Man to do that now. I think they're going to do another Spider-Man that has that in it.
My man Miles is more contemporary. Like, give us something more contemporary. Like, I love Spider-Man, everything Spider-Man, but this color palette is played.
Well, the great thing about Miles Morales, amongst a lot of other different characters that they try to rebrand and stuff, is, and one of the things, like, because I was collecting comics pretty hard when Miles Morales came out. He wasn't
Fallout 4, baby. What's up?
Well, but the thing that was great about Miles was his own character. He wasn't Peter Parker. He was Miles Morales. Now, was he Spider-Man? Yes, but he was the ultimate universe Spider-Man. You know, I mean, just like how there's different versions of different
He's
characters.
The future. He's the future of the franchise.
But not only was he not Peter Parker, but dude, they created a badass great character, man. Miles is such a good character. Like, if you read the comics, man, like, and not even just in the movie or stuff, but just even in the comics, man, he just turned out to be such a great character. Good heart, good kid. He's a hero, but he struggles just like Peter Parker did. You know, he's not just OP and, you know, like, you can just do everything. Like, he goes through a lot of struggles, man, you know.
But the color palette, like
I said, and yes, his suit. I've always loved his suit.
This is a comic I'm reading right now. Like, the color palette,
the red and black, the way they do that is, yeah,
but the
great.
Neons, there's always neon with Miles. The red and black, but there's always, like Rich said, there's always a punk element to it.
Yeah, and even his powers are slightly different. You know, he's got like a slightly different take on a lot of his stuff. So, yeah, so I feel like Miles would definitely be more of the direction, you know, all of them.
I want to go back up and talk about what Axel Plate said, or what I guess it really started with Big Nate. Big Nate said, but on the other side, what IP would not try to get with Lego? And then Axel Plate was talking about things like Pokemon, for instance. Pokemon, I don't know why Lego did not try to pick that up. I believe that they could have made so much money off of that, but at the same time, I don't really know, because those Pokemon sets sit on the shelves. They're not flying out. Now, would they fly out more if they were Lego? I don't know. I don't know if there's parents not buying kids that stuff because the parents that are our age think that the other brands are cheaper quality. Star Trek, I don't think they would. Star Trek is way too adulty. It doesn't have the following that kids have.
I could see them doing like an Adults Welcome Enterprise set or something, like an Icon kind of thing. But you're right, it's not the same gig as Star Wars.
They just put a kid Star Wars set out.
No. But I'm saying that they're not going to touch Star Trek. I don't think.
Yeah, Star Trek.
Simpsons is one of those things that they did it, and I don't think it did very well.
Teenage Mutant Ninja
Turtles, Lego has the rights to, but I don't know if they're, well, they did. I don't know if they're doing anything else. And then Masters of the Universe, I don't think Lego would ever touch that.
They're not going to, man. It doesn't even fit in the same dynamic. You'd have to have all big figs, pretty much. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, He-Man's not going to look right as a minifig, you know.
But I would take
any of the characters, really.
I would take a minifig of Skeletor. That'd be pretty cool.
Dude, that would be awesome, dude. With that staff he's got, his sword and everything. Oh my gosh, that'd be great. No more bricks in the house. What's up, Harold? How you doing, brother?
Hey.
What's good? I don't know. God, there's so many. So
the Smurfs, yes.
Yeah, the Smurfs is a good one. Good one, Goblin.
And they're already little people.
Yeah, I know, right? They've done a lot of TVs and movies. Some of it's long term, some of it's one shots. Like Avatar is another one. You know what I mean?
I don't think they would ever do Smurfs because they did Trolls and Trolls failed.
Yeah, but it's so hard to say with Lego, man. A lot of stuff has failed, and they seem to still do the same thing. So,
what about South Park?
They would never,
dude. As a matter of fact, South Park sometimes thinks that they probably even shouldn't touch South Park. Like, the crazy thing about South Park, though, that I didn't even really realize until a couple seasons in, man, is like every episode there is like a lesson that you learn from it, dude. They make a point to teach you a lesson or something, even if it's like an extremely deranged lesson. But
so also another crazy thing about South Park is that one of the reasons why they're so up to date is because they make the episodes the week before they air.
Yeah,
to keep it current.
You can imagine the stress being on that writing staff and everything, dude. Like,
it's like good morning.
Like you got 4 days to like put an episode out, man.
You got 4 days to gather as much information as you can, and then 2 days to make an episode.
you know what I would love? I would absolutely love, because he reminds me of my father to a T, Hank Hill. I need a King of the Hill. That's what we need, Lego. Like
that goes back to like the South Park. Like,
you know what?
Butthead. I don't know if they would touch that.
No, they wouldn't touch Beavis and Butthead, but I think they would touch Hank. I think they touch King of the Hill. I don't think there's.
I don't think they would.
Hank sounds like my dad.
If you go back to the episode, though, like it's very it's not of this generation.
I mean, well, they've had a couple episodes that were a little. Because they're not Family Guy by any means, you know what I mean? They're not South Park. They're very tame. They're not even like on the same level as Beavis and Butthead. And Hank Hill,
it's very PG.
He's such a. I don't want to say dumb. He's not. It's not like he's dumb. But he's so like maybe trusting in a way. I don't know. I don't know the right word to describe. But he's got such a good heart. You know what I mean? He never means ill on anybody. But he's very strong and stands for his convictions and stuff. Great character, man. And dude, what's his son's name? His son cracks me up.
Bobby. I mean, he sounds like my dad. My dad had that country drawl, Bobby.
One of the funniest episodes I saw, man, was when what was his? I think it's his niece, the blonde, and they were baptizing her, and she was wearing that white dress.
Oh, her t-shirt.
So when they brought her out of the water, she was all wet, dude. All the guys were like, and Hank was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like cover yourself up. Anyways, good stuff. Ivan, good morning to you. I hope you're doing well. Adorabill, good morning to you. I hope you are also doing well.
I don't think that Lego is ever going to touch any of the cartoons that are made for adults.
I disagree. They already have, right?
Like what?
I can't.
Well, just because something's made for adults doesn't mean it. Well, I guess that's why.
No, but I mean, like Family Guy, for instance, they wouldn't touch Family Guy.
No, they're
not going to touch Futurama. They're not going to touch. Like, I just don't see them touching that stuff.
They touch Friends, and Friends talks about a lot of different things. I've never watched the show, but I know they have this an adult type.
There are, check this out. So there are a couple of slight controversies about the Friends show, of all things. You know what I mean? But there are people out there that have like mentioned stuff. I bet if it blew up more than it did, Lego would have stayed away from it. Dude, Lego won't touch anything that's controversial with a 10-foot pole, man. Like, that's why the Snow White set didn't come out.
You know what?
No, the Snow White set is coming out.
Is it?
Yeah, but I don't think it's called Snow White's Cottage. And they're not saying like dwarf anywhere. Like they're saying away from that word completely. Which is so dumb, dude. Because the dwarf was from a fantasy element, man. That's what they. So they're gonna. I've already I guess theory rolled on this or whatever. They're gonna make a custom mold for the heads, I believe, and then they're gonna have like attachment pieces up top for the different color toboggans, and then I think their bodies are just gonna be normal bodies with the Harry Potter mini legs that move.
Interesting. Goblin Zero brings up a good point too. Johnny Quest. Johnny Quest could be a really big thing if they did it right. I was never really into Johnny Quest. I knew of it. I knew of it. I watched a little bit of it, but I think I just somehow just missed it. You know, it just never came in sight. But Rich, correct me if I'm wrong. If what Goblin Zero is saying, like, isn't it kind of a Indiana Jones type of thing?
Like where they go to places. Indiana. It's like the Lego version of Indiana Jones.
And you're dealing with, I think it was like 2 kids. It was a white kid, an Indian kid, I think. Right?
Yeah.
And just the adventure. And wasn't there like a dog too or something? Like, I can't remember, man. But
I feel like that would dog.
I feel like that would be a good thing for them, man. I don't think it's. I mean, look, even if I didn't like it, I think if I was Lego, I would definitely throw it at the wall and see if it's stuck.
The only thing against that is I feel like they wouldn't do Johnny Quest. I feel like if they're gonna do anything like that, they're gonna go back to like the old Explorer set style. Because that stuff was really good anyway.
Well, and look, that might be better for them if they can get it popular, you know what I mean? Because then they don't have to pay an IP thing, you know what I mean? Like if I was like, I would definitely want to try and do all our own stuff as best as possible, man, because then it's so much cheaper. But I will say this: when I did research a few years ago about this,
the Johnny IP Thunder is the Lego guy,
right? The money that they pay for IPs is like a drop in the bucket, man, for Lego. Believe me when I say that.
Yeah, I agree.
No, they pay a lot. Don't get me wrong, but with the money that they make, dude, I did some research just a couple days ago for this Only the Best video that I'm making, and dude, right now the I forget his name, the owner of Lego, dude, they're worth $6 billion, man. They're on the top 200 list of Forbes billionaires. So that's what they're worth. That's not like production, you know, like what the company's doing, you know, that's just what their family is net worth right now. So, and I don't want anybody to think I'm not crapping on that. I like things to be put in perspective about, you know, stuff like that. So,
Andre wants Bob's Burger.
Bob's Burger would be a good one. That would be a good one to put in your city.
Have we done?
Yeah, they probably wouldn't touch that.
Has Lego done Phineas and Ferb?
No. Thomas, I too would like to see Beavis and Butthead. I think it'd be a cool little like one-off thing, but they're not going to, man. They're just Beavis and Butthead are just too controversial for even them. Full House would be good. What's that?
Oh, that's cool. Full House would be. So I have a couple of weeks, maybe like a little over a month ago, Rich mentioned Wish. Remember, we didn't know what this Wish set sets that are coming out in November. So Disney has a new movie. I don't know if you can, it's just on my phone right here. So here it is. It's another so here's the leading. Woo, can you see?
Yeah.
So it's about Wish. So the color palette seems to be a lot of blues. It's a cool color palette. Right. So it looks like a lot of blues, purples, lavenders, things of that nature. And the film follows a 17-year-old girl, Asha, voiced by West Side Story Oscar winner Ariana DeBose. And it centers on the legend of the wishing star. In the story, Asha makes an impassioned plea to the sky, which is answered by a ball of boundless energy called Star. Together, Asha and Star work together to save her community. So we already know we're getting some of those sets. Have no clue what the movie is, but we know it's a November thing. I love it because I'm all for girly Lego. I'm all for the purples. Give me those things. I'm excited to see what that is going to look like for us. Oh, here's the teaser trailer with her goat. She's with her goat, so maybe we'll get another goat.
That's a cute little goat, too.
Her co-star is a goat.
Thomas, they wouldn't touch Ren and Stimpy with a 10-foot pole either, but that would be hilarious if they did. They're releasing a Phineas and Ferb Doomed. Interesting. I don't know. I never watched Phineas and Ferb, so Aussie Adam Bricks, what's going on? Time Traveler sets so Lego can pick previous themes and redo like pirates and all that stuff. Yeah, that would be interesting. Yeah, because think about it. If you did a Time Travelers theme, then you could do all kinds of different stuff.
Lego has always had like Mars Mission and like the underwater stuff and all those stuff that was theirs, and they've really drawn away from that. And I don't understand why, because that's some of their best stuff.
Well, look, and everybody in the chat, let's do a quick little poll, but not a poll. Like, I'm going to ask a question. I'm kind of curious what you guys would think. Do you feel the IP stuff is more popular than the non-IP stuff?
Yeah, other non-IP stuff is what City I like dreams.
Yeah, but
not just City, but just what he was just saying. Like
Mars mission, like Exo, like all that stuff really does a lot of. I feel like it's one of those things that it blows up a lot now because as we're older and all that stuff was out when we were a kid, we have the money to buy it. So I feel like that's one of the things that kind of like attracts us to it. But at the same time, as Lego City is just dull. It's really dull. It doesn't have anything like. I mean, how many times are you gonna give us a police station? How many times are you gonna give us a fire station? How many? We said it a couple weeks ago. How many dang food trucks do we need?
Well, not only that, but when you now detrimentally in a way, Lego Friends is making Lego City look horrible, dude.
Well, like, we don't have any sets out there to stretch our imagination.
Mm-hmm.
We don't.
I agree.
I mean, Lego City. Well, yeah, but Lego Dreams is based on a TV show, so it's people are gonna buy these sets according to the TV show versus buy a set to create their own whatever.
Well, that's another aspect of this conversation that I was curious about as well. Is like, so we'll take Dreams as an example. Is all right. There's a TV show, and then there's the sets. Now, I don't know which came first. Like what
I think they were both designed at the same time.
All right. So, but if the TV show starts tanking, like people aren't really watching it, and let's say that the sets are just whatever, they're doing okay. Like, are they going to just be like, well, the TV show's not doing good, we're going to have to scrap the sets? So, because I feel like yes, they would. Like when they correlate stuff like that together, unless maybe Dreams is just skyrocketing in sales for the sets, and maybe people just aren't interested in the show, maybe. But like, I don't know. I feel like, yeah, if a show starts doing bad, then they're gonna. Or maybe if a movie tanks or clearly bad press messes them up, they've scrapped some stuff before because of bad press going around things. You know what I mean? What's up, Sai? How you doing? Good morning. Good morning.
And Adora is, I say Adora.
So Adora, yes, and I agree. I feel like there's a lot of us that are attached to a lot of IP sets, but if they did get rid of them, we would still be loving a lot of stuff. I clearly she's Elle's Friends Inside Dreams. I mean, I would just do what I've already been doing. I just wouldn't have IP stuff out here. You know what I mean? I think it would make my city and stuff not pop as much, not having like a different IP minifigs, running around in it and stuff.
So like Adora Bill just brought up even something else. Like she said that she liked the video stuff. Like the video was really cool characters. It was just like the concept of it was weird. Really? So like if they would spend more attention on, like, if they were to come out with, instead of them keep dropping like the city version of like astronauts and stuff, like get rid of that and come back out with like the old school UFOs and the like the Mars mission type stuff, or like the space police type stuff, or just like where spaceships don't look anything like a spaceship that we know. Like stuff like that, I believe would do so much better than them trying to put money into like what they're doing.
Well, I also feel like that the IP stuff is more than just the IP stuff, and more than what it seems to be. I feel like when people see a movie or a TV show, it's easier for them to attach themselves to maybe a set or whatever that comes with it. It's the same thing with like Funko Pops and everything else. You know what I mean? Like it's people get attached to a TV show, then they want to buy stuff that's attached to that TV show. Whereas, your non-IP stuff, look, Lego has a lot of competition. And I'm not talking about just toys. I'm talking about, I feel the reason they started to tank 20 years ago was because they could not compete with video games, man. Kids were playing Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, dude. They didn't care about Lego.
Give us some Mortal Kombat figures. I'd be down.
I mean, Lego was turning into the thing
for that.
Lego was starting to turn into the thing that I was talking about, like how it might turn into eventually one day. They're just going to be like puzzles, popular, but like, when a kid's growing up and stuff, like, yeah, you might like Legos when he's really little, but as soon as he starts getting preteen or whatever it is, man, like they're starting to look at technology more and more prevalent nowadays. You know what I mean? Like it was different for us.
I don't necessarily agree with you there, just because that they did, if you remember, they tried to do the 3D puzzles and it just didn't do. Like, I believe Lego will always stand against and not ever become like the puzzles just because of the playability of it.
For little kids. But once you start reaching an adult where you're not going pew 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 and playing with the stuff, and it's just more of a display thing, that's a different concept, dude.
But
that's what I'm talking about.
3 AFOLs sitting right here, and how many of us have not picked up a ship and went pew 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 as we
no, but we also were, but were we not also all in our dark ages for a long period of time?
But that's what I'm about.
And what pulled me out of my dark age was an IP. It wasn't pirates, man. You know what I mean? It wasn't Castle. It was an IP.
But I think Lego is more onto that now because, and I can only talk about what I've experienced. So Mo started. Everybody knows my daughter and I do this Lego thing together.
Yeah.
Mo started at 7, and the difference in the friend sets when she was 7 versus now, you see the maturation of that. So not as many people are going to go into the dark ages because now you have sets that complement City. I think City is for the purists, those hardcore, but Friends now, you're not getting purple buildings. We got a botanical set, something that you would see in City or even an IP. Or
right. But
some type
when I say like, when I use the puzzle analogy thing, I don't mean it to where, you know, I've said extremities of it before, you know, where it's going to be.
No, I get what you're saying. Exactly.
But when I mean it is like, there's really, I feel like 2 type of collectors in a way. I don't feel like there's much middle ground. There's either people like us that collect it on whatever you can see how we collect it. Right. And then there's very casual collectors. Somebody that will buy a Lego set once in a blue moon, or they'll see it again, something attached to something that they like, a nostalgia, whether it's a piano or maybe a movie they love or guitar or something like that. But they're not filling the room up. You know what I mean? Like they're just buying occasionally. Now, that's where like I was talking about where like the puzzle part comes into, because they see it probably more like a puzzle. Like once in a while, they might buy a Lego set, build it, display it, you know, but I don't know. I really don't know. It's it's complex because of the different, the demographics, the around the world stuff, the way Lego operates, the information they don't give to us, you know, there's a lot to it, but the IP thing is a very interesting part. And I just feel like if they didn't have the IPs, you know, there would still be plenty of people into Lego, but just how significantly would it drop is, you know, because if you're a premium product, you really shouldn't have to rely on IPs, right? It's your product, right? Right?
I don't believe that at all, because your product is, I mean, that's kind of like saying you're stamped into a certain thing. If you go to,
Lego should be able to hold its own on its bricks, not their IP products.
Yeah, but they're not using an IP product for anything.
They're using a brick.
Yeah. They're using their product. They're just using another person's design.
But that goes back to if we didn't have IPs, where would it drop? How many people would you still have all these people in LAN? Because you know what I mean? Like a lot of people in LAN aren't mock builders. You know what I mean? You know what I mean? So it's like the whole dynamic of stuff would change. You know what I mean? And that's what I mean is you know. There's definitely good people that would still be sticking around, man. But would it still be premium? Would they still be, you know, would still people be flocking to them because of they're a premium product? You know? So what's up, cheap ass? How you doing? Good morning.
I think they still are. And I think you saw, like, I'm a big fan of The Office. Like, I was with everybody waiting for years, like watching it. Let's keep voting. Let's get The Office. When we finally got The Office, I mean, I'm an Office junkie. I've probably binged it 10 times. So, but The Office, you know, there was a line there, but it wasn't a make or break type thing. It was like everybody had it. It was good, and it kind of died down.
Well, look, and I try not to have a negative spin on it, man. I just try and be very realistic about stuff. So again, the BTS thing, right? Because people have still ask me occasionally about me doing the dance and singing and stuff. And I might, man, maybe, but that bet was lost. I won that bet. No, because I won the bet. So, I mean, I still might do it, man, when I get time. But, like, I wasn't stressing about it because I didn't lose. Because the bet was, I knew the day one it was going to sell out. But it was going to keep selling out for a long time. I knew it wasn't going to happen. Because I said, BTS, hardcore BTS fans, they're teens and tweens and stuff. You know what I mean? Yes, there's adult fans. But the majority of them, they don't have jobs. So they're not going to drop $100 on a set. You know what I mean? Like, it's not, I guess, that important to them unless they've got money.
But they're keeping them out of the dark ages, Hive. And let me tell you, I just have she's 18, but she's still a teen. They get whatever they want. Trust me, having a job, unless she has a job, but that doesn't matter. We find money.
Well, yeah, I guess if you want it that bad, but I just did not see all these teens and tweens like coming up with $100, man, to buy a Lego set. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but there's not a Lego set out at all that just sold out and keeps selling out. That's
there have been. The 501st Battle Pack was like that. And you know dude, I couldn't find that battle pack for 6 months, man. And I went to 25.
Are you talking about the original one?
Yeah.
Yes.
I
was literally buying them by like the 20 to send to people. Like they were all over down here.
Well,
the Paul Walker.
Look, I don't know. Everybody in the chat, let me know. Did you have a hard time finding them? Because that's all what I saw on YouTube.
The Skyline she's talking about. I had 2 Skylines
just like that.
Plus the one
like that. They
just like that. Just like that minifig pack. The clone one, the trooper one, you know what I mean? You know what I'm talking about? Like I never ever saw that thing online or in the stores. I know it came up online, but usually as soon as it did, it was sold out immediately. There have been a handful of sets that sell out constantly. They're hard to get, you know what I mean? It's not often, but it happens. But everybody was talking about this BTS set like not being back because it was such a popular thing, and like that was the whole point I was making about the BTS set. It wasn't, I knew it wasn't going to be as popular and sell out all year long or even for months. You know, as soon as it came back in stock, I knew that was it. Plus I kept seeing it at the Lego stores too. But what's that?
No, I had a little like face next to my comment. I don't know. I have like a little I'm like, what is that picture?
What adorable Brick Hive. I didn't buy the BTS set because I heard it was designed by a user and not Army. I'm not sure I understand what that means.
It's funny.
About like the BTS Army, like their followers.
Oh. Yeah. So anyways, I don't know. I just find it an interesting dynamic, you know, about the premium product part. Is Lego a premium product still if they don't have IPs?
Yes, Lego's very expensive. Yes, it's the Louis Vuitton of toys.
But
yes.
You can say they're a premium product, but money talks. If they start going hugely down in sales, does it still make them a premium product? See, that's what I mean. It's kind of hard to figure out some of that stuff. Do you got to make a lot of money to be a premium product?
I think it's what they charge. That's what makes premium. I think it's the quality is superior to any other of this type of interlocking brick system. And the price point is crazy.
Well, and I see this with other companies, and I've talked before about in the past, like with comic book industry and card and baseball cards and stuff like that. And even with other toys, like Funko Pop's going through something right now too, where they've had to like dump a lot of sets, they've overproduced a lot of stuff. And Lego definitely overproduced everything.
I mean, we've seen, me and you especially seen that with like cards in like the early 90s, and then comic books in like the late 90s. Like it got to a point where it got popular. When they got popular, they overproduced everything to make them more money at the time, and then all of it tanked. I mean, that's the good thing about but the other thing about that is with Lego, and I don't see it that way, is because if you buy a comic book, you're either doing one of two things, which is collecting or reading. There's no other use for them. The same thing with cards, but with Lego, there's that third aspect of people that are buying the stuff to build what they want out of the pieces.
Yes. But I can tell you this, and I'm saying this kind of prematurely because I'm not a very experienced mock builder yet, but I feel like unless I really need something specific, I'm not buying sets to piece out for my mocks. You know what I mean? I'm going to buy bulk lots somewhere or something like that. It seems like it's not cost efficient to do that unless you find them.
Well, the problem is
big clearance.
The problem is it's really cost efficient to buy it in a set if you can. It just depends on what you're trying to do. I mean, you got to realize the clone battle pack's a perfect example of that. I mean, you're buying a set for $20 that has 4 minifigures in it, but if you go to Bricklink, those minifigures are like $6 a piece. So you're going to spend more and not get the pieces. Plus, you're going to have to pay shipping and everything else. So when you buy that, you get those pieces, and then you pretty much sit down and come up with an idea to use those pieces in something.
Yeah, I understand that there's definitely sets you can buy, and you can like sell the figs or something like that.
People who have cities are doing the same thing. Like, I mean, if you have a city that you're building, go out there and buy 2 of the noodle shops to make a big noodle shop. I mean, there's always people that are buying the sets because it's easier to get the pieces that way than it is off of Bricklink or if it is off through Lego.
The shipping alone kills you on Bricklink.
Well, yeah, definitely, but there's clearly, look, I understand there's definitely specific sets. I agree with you on that, especially if there's stuff you could sell out of it, or maybe if you got to have, huge shipping, cost or whatever. But like I said, I feel like for the most part, unless stuff is on clearance, like it doesn't, because dude, there's tons of pieces you won't be able to use in whatever mock you're trying to do.
Yeah. But
so like the pieces are limited anyway. So then that's even more money that you're spending on nothing that you.
So the only time you ever go to Bricklink though over actually like something like that is when you're wanting large quantities or when you're wanting tons of different pieces.
Right, but I feel like go ahead.
I was gonna say the problem with that is there's hard to find a bunch of stores that will, like, if you need one of 50 different pieces, what's your luck of going to a store and having all that? It's more than likely not going to happen. You're going to have to split it up between 3 stores. Well, guess what? Those 3 stores each charge maybe $10 in shipping. You just paid $30 in shipping for something that you probably could have went out and just bought a set and used it in a different way.
Right.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, like I said, there's definitely different ways to go about it.
There was something. I'm sorry.
Oh, no, I'm just saying, like, again, without being an experienced mock builder, I just, like I said, I feel like, for instance, like when I build the Tron bike, I'm not going to be looking for sets that have black pieces to buy, for this Tron bike. You know what I mean? Like if there's certain pieces in a set that would be more fundamentally easier for me to buy the set for those pieces than it would be to order off Bricklink because of shipping or whatever, then yeah, I get that. But for me to build my Tron bike, I'm going to have to order the majority of the pieces, like I said, on Bricklink or wherever, you know what I mean? Or look for them, see if I can find them on like the pad wall or maybe like even like a used Lego toy store or something like that, that you can dig through like a big kind of pile of Legos to go through. But yeah, definitely, I get what you're saying now. And there's different aspects to it.
And see, Camel City just brought up a really good point too. So one of the things that I do, which everyone probably should, is if I buy a set, like for instance, the Republic fighter tank is a perfect example of that. I don't want nothing to do with that set whatsoever other than the figs, and it's cheaper to buy that set than it is the figs. So what I do is I take all that stuff, and a local Bricklink store, kind of like they are with me, is always looking for pieces. They need pieces for that store to thrive. So they pretty much buy all the stuff from me, either in a bulk or, hey, I'm like, hey, Gene, I'm buying this set. The set's $50, but I only want these 2 things out of it. What can I just pay you to keep the 2 things out of the set? And stuff like that is always, I guess, more beneficial when building a mock than it is either going out and buying the set and going, what in the crap do I do with these pieces, or going on Bricklink and paying the shipping and trying to find all that. So I highly advise everybody to become friends with your local brick dealer.
Yeah,
that's
I just wanted to, not to change the subject.
No, go ahead.
Great point, Rich. But with movies, I don't think anybody brought up the IP is for the memorabilia sake. Like, so some of this stuff is just memorabilia. Like, where else can you get something? Where else can you build something? It's just like the bugle. It's like memorabilia. And I don't think we brought that up with the IP as far as, hey,
a really good set to look at that in, and what you're talking about is Pac-Man.
Oh, I got the Pac-Man set. I haven't
built it. A lot of people bought that Pac-Man set for the nostalgia, for the memorabilia factor of it.
Same thing with the Donkey Kong stuff. So I feel you. It's like, I don't think we brought that up with the whole IP aspect. Where else can you get, where I can buy it, but it's like I can also build it and display it. So I think that's the other thing that helps the IP. It's just the product. It's memorabilia, the stuff we love. Like Sesame Street. I'm an adult and I can't just sit and watch Sesame Street, but I can look at it and say, oh my gosh, I remember, and put it in my city, and All
right. Hey, what's up, Andy? How you doing, brother?
Yeah,
yeah, I'll have to check them out, man. Definitely. I mean, that's a distance from me, that's for sure. I mean, that's almost a good hour drive at least.
Adore, it was.
Let's see here. Definitely some good points though. And you know, that's why I like to have these topics and conversations, because you know, look, one of the greatest and sometimes most frustrating thing about the Lego community is, yes, we all love Lego, but man, even us loving Lego, it can be so divided, you know, let alone us as people and our personality traits and our opinions and our perceptions and our experiences. So like sometimes it's a really awesome thing, and then sometimes, like I said, it's very frustrating. But that's why I like to have these conversations. I feel like sometimes there's not any right or wrong answers. It's just a matter of like, it's just interesting to see other people's points on it, other people's opinions and views. And like with the IP thing. So like I said, the topic was TV shows and movies, you know, that are connected or maybe not connected with Lego, things that we see that we like, things that we don't see that we'd like to see. But the IP thing is a really, like I said, important part of that conversation, because of just the structure and how important is IP, you know, to Lego, you know, to their business, to the bottom line, how much money, how many people, because like I said, I came out of my dark ages into Lego because of Star Wars. If they didn't have Star Wars, I probably wouldn't have come back into Lego. I might have. Maybe I would have seen one of these icon sets or something that would have pulled me in, but would it have been enough to keep me, you know what I mean, or whatever? I don't know. Probably not, but maybe. And I don't know. It's just hard to say with a lot of these things. But to say that they're not an extremely important part of Lego and the community would be giving it a disservice. But
I mean, I think Lego would. I 100% think Lego would fail if they didn't have IPs.
I don't know if they'd fail, but they definitely would lose a lot of money. And I think
they wouldn't have a full. They wouldn't have a full 1 or 2 rows at a Walmart or something like that.
And I mean, again, this isn't a slight. This isn't a negative thing I'm trying to say, but just observation. Think about how many people, Lego creators out there. Do you like just think hard for a second? If there was no IPs, would they still be out there? Or do you think they would have even been in the space? You know what I mean? Because if it's somebody that has nothing to do with anything but IPs, man, probably not.
I mean, you got to think this means nothing bad against him, but Ryan, for instance, Ryan's one of the biggest ones in our little community, and
that's
his whole channel would have not been anything if it wasn't for Star Wars.
Well, he probably would have never made one. You know,
yeah,
and that's why I said this isn't a slight, or there's no right or wrong answers or nothing like that. But that's a good point too. Is like, who knows what life Ryan would have led, man, if there was no Lego Star Wars. You know, maybe he would have made, but maybe he would have made a Star Wars channel, not a Lego channel, a Star Wars channel. You know what I mean? But there's all kinds of us like that. You know what I mean? Like, so that's what I mean. It's not just about the money and this and that. It's also about the community. You know, content, you know, so, and I want to add also, Star Wars brought me back in to the Lego community, brought me out of my dark ages. But when I saw Lego cities, modulars, and people like Hoosier Bricks and all of them, and all those guys, Jang, and having these big cities and stuff like that, that fueled me to even go harder, because I saw that stuff and I was like, oh man, and that's not IPs. It's just modular buildings, you know, the city stuff. So, like I said, it's not about right or wrong answers. It's a good conversation to have, and it's a good way to understand, you know, Lego and the Lego community. And then, like I was saying, even more so, what does that have to do with the premium product part? That's a whole nother discussion to have at another time. Just like we're going to have a whole nother topic about games, and stuff like that, music. You know, these are things we want to discuss that are connected to Lego, and I think are in most of our lives is in some way or another. So, but yeah, like to have these conversations.
Great.
So, yes, I agree. Looks like we are getting ready to wrap up our second hour. Brick Studio, what's happening? Oh man, all you guys have really great comments. Like I said, you guys are really awesome part of these conversations. The nostalgia from Sesame Street for me was huge. Yeah. Sesame Street was a big one for me as well. I definitely had to get that. I grew up on it. Good old PBS.
Not for me.
Oh, and Ruth, yes, congratulations on your 1,000 subscribers.
That was on YouTube, right?
I believe it was.
I just subbed yesterday. I was like, oh my gosh, I should have been subbed.
Well, sometimes, sometimes I know I look and I'm like, yeah, I know I'm subbed to you. Then I look and I'm like, how did I not hit the subscribe button? Or maybe I thought I did, or maybe I even did and they unsubscribed me. There have been some people I know I've subscribed to, and then all of a sudden I look back. I can't remember. Somebody, I can't remember if it was Side. There was somebody I was subscribed to, and like they kept unsubscribing me. I resubscribed to them like 3 times, and finally it stuck. So I don't know. It's just YouTube sometimes weird like that. Brick says I have a city too. Yeah. I saw you at basketball court too, man. Good stuff. All right. So wrapping up, let's go around the panel. Brick Babe, you got anything you want to shout out?
I'm still building the bugle. I'm only on the second bag, so I'll be doing that with Brickanista on YouTube at 4 Eastern Standard Time. However that works for you, but Brickanista. There's always Mom and Mo. So every Monday at 9 on IG, me and Mo, and there's a podcast coming really, really soon. And that's it, guys. That's it. There's always like fun posts throughout the week. So follow me, Brick Babe, on IG.
Awesome. And remember, everybody, the links and stuff is in the description for everybody's channels, all that. Bearded Brix.
I'm still doing the live streams every Wednesday. I actually destroyed the entire castle. It has came apart. If you've watched the latest video, I have rebuilt it a lot faster than the first one went up. I've realized that I looked the other day, and technically it took me I think it was 3.5 months to get what I've done in a week. So the entire front half of this castle is done. So I'll be continuing to film it, putting out another vehicle Tuesday, like always. And I really want some more info on what kind of other videos I should do besides building. That's one of the other things I've been looking into. I did a faction video. I did the flesh tones versus the yellow heads video. I want to get into some more stuff like that.
Right on.
What about you, Hive? What you doing?
Oh, goodness gracious. Well, I've started editing a week in review video. I don't know. I was telling Rich this the other day when we had our meeting. I had like a 13-hour work day, and then Friday had a long work day. So I've just been really tired. And then I was gonna do a Hive stream the other night, and my internet was messing up. So
it said you went live, and then I clicked it, and you were gone. I was like maybe 15 minutes late to the party.
No, I mean, I wasn't, unless it started without me or something, but I wasn't.
Yeah, it said you were live.
Huh.
It said you were live, and I clicked it, but it was like I was like 15 minutes late to the party, and when I clicked it, it of course like kept trying to load it, and then when I hit refresh, it was like stream ended.
Yep, that's what I got.
Because I never actually went live, you know what I mean? Like, so I don't know, like I said, if it started or something without me doing anything. I don't know. But regardless, I finally got the internet worked out. But yeah, like I said,
don't worry, Richie. After today, I'm sure there'll be one.
Yeah, I'll probably have one. Yeah, it's interesting. Yeah, the whole dynamic of that. But yeah, so I got a week of review coming up. I've got a stop motion that I'm kind of working on. It's taking a little while. I got another stop motion I never finished, but I was thinking about maybe like kind of making a video about how I did some of the stuff in it. I don't know. We'll see how that goes. I don't know. I got a couple of random things going on. Like I said, my Only the Best video, I've been working on the script for like, I don't know, a long time. So Tyler, if you're watching, I was going to reach out to you. A couple other people too I wanted to interview for it. But like I said, I don't want to do the interviews until I actually got the script worked out. So, but it will be eventually coming soon. I promise. Other than that, we'll see what happens. You know, like I said, I'll have another Hive stream here soon. And then, of course, there's Good Morning Brick World and whatever else I can think of to make. So, but I did want to say again, I know I say this all the time, probably every week, but I really want to emphasize to everybody, I appreciate all the support that all of you guys give. You know,
and that replay gang.
Yeah, replay gang. I appreciate how strong all of you guys are. Thank you so much. But yeah, I mean, like I said, just subscribers, the viewership, you know, everybody that interacts, the memberships, the donations. I really appreciate everything. You know, it just helps the channel just keep growing stronger and stronger. So, Because yeah, I'm sure there's people out there that would love to see me fail. Oh gosh,
not gonna happen.
That's all right, man. The hate fuels me even more. So
I also want to throw out, I plan on doing my first membership video this week.
Nice.
I want it to kind of give people the different look of me, I guess you could say.
Oh,
make sure you're a member so you can check it out.
Yes. Thanks for all the great streams. Oh, you're welcome, Brickman. I appreciate you being here. All right. Well, that being said, I'm going to go ahead and play the outro. For those that are new here, we put the members in the outro. So I like to highlight everybody's names so they can see who they are. I did kind of a different outro background this time. So I don't know. Let's see if we keep it or not. I kind of like the train one I've been doing for a while, but I decided to do something a little different. But all right. That being said, we appreciate you guys. We love you guys.
Thank y'all for watching.
Thank you for watching, and we will see y'all next weekend.